Howdy, Scott Rosano with Gigbuilder.com. This is episode number 104, and we're going to be going over how to set up the dashboard. Those of you that don't know, this is your dashboard, and if you've been through the prior videos, this is what it should look like. If not, that's okay. We're going to go through all of this. Of course, it's all going to start in Setup, so we're going to go to Setup. We're going to go to Gigbuilder Setup, and from Gigbuilder Setup, we're going to walk our way down to Dashboard. We've got a lot we can set up here. First of all, you've got some reporting widgets, but at the top, you've got these top button bar options. Now, if you've used Gigbuilder 5 or Gigbuilder 6, this will either show you a few of the upcoming activities or change to activity view. I would like to change this to change to activity view because it's a lot easier. You'll see what we talk about when we go back there, but you've got buttons at the top for each of your event types. By clicking on it, it's going to take you straight to that view of all of them, rather than just show a few more. So this is nice to have, change to activity view, and we should have that as default, but we don't. The next widget's down, we're going to keep hidden from now, and you can come back here after you really started to run Gigbuilder for a while. You've got a widget that will show you your estimated income for the year, your availability log, so you can see how many people have actually checked their date online. And you can also get a little widget for today's event. So it'll show you a little box with your event, where it is, where it starts, and the weather. So these are kind of nice little widgets to have. For our purposes, we're going to hide all three at the time. Our next section down is our dashboard calendar. And for all of the components and things below, we're going to be looking at two different sections here. First is device. So this is your calendar control. If you remember from the dashboard that we were just at, there was a little calendar. That can be turned on or turned off. You don't have to use it. It's defaulted to your desktop, but if you just simply click here, I can also add tablet and mobile. So I can configure Gigbuilder, the homepage, for my device the way I want it, not the way that we want you to do it. So we give you options there. Now, options on this is going to say, what do you want to display on your calendar? Some of you are going to want all of them. And we're going to put a few in here now. Events, we'll do our meetings, we'll do our next actions. They'll all come up later. And may as well, you know what, let's just do them all, except for resources on daily. So the resources on daily, we'll just give a little more information on that particular day of who's doing the work. And we'll show that elsewhere. So that's your calendar control. Now we're going to move down to our components, and I'm going to go over one, and then we'll just kind of do the others. Web requests. This is what happens when you place a date checker on your websites, or it's coming from another website that has these built in. Where do you want to see it, and where do you want to place it? Now, on this particular case here, because Gigbuilder uses this thing called masonry to try and make things fit to the screen, we try to weight it and try to help you get where it wants to be, but it will change a little bit based upon how much is in each box. So you could give it a weight, and all the ones will come up first, then twos, then threes, then fours. I'm just going to leave them all at one for now, or wherever they are at. It's perfectly fine. As you play around with it, you can change this weights to see how it looks. And we'll show you at the end here kind of what we're talking about. So web requests is one. Leads is the next. If somebody's on the phone with you and you're generating an event, it's going to be a lead. A lead means you've seen it. And a web request means you haven't. It's come in. So a lead means you've seen it and you're kind of working it. The next one down is pursued. And on Gigbuilder, the pursued is basically what we call a hot lead. This is something that we're going to work because we're pretty sure we're probably going to book it. And that can kind of separate the two and kind of focus you on what you need to do. And again, we have all these. On the number of tasks, this is how many tasks will show up on the boxes on your homepage. So on some of these, you may want to change the numbers. I'm leaving them alone for now. Pending contract, pretty simple. It's pending contract. You sent a contract out, the event is pending. Contract comes out, it's booked. You probably want to have those on there. Post-production, not a lot of people use. So we're going to just go ahead and ignore this for a second. Postponed, same things. This was really good during COVID. A lot of people postponed their things. I'm not going to show it either. And recently accessed. This will be kind of nice once you start getting going. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just put it on my desktop. And so that will show when the last time a client logged in, last time you opened it or did something, etc. So it's kind of nice to have. Then after the events, we've got appointments, blackouts, tasks, approved time off. Appointments are meetings. Blackouts, those are dates your office is closed. Tasks are something that goes along with events or without events, just some things you need to do, reminders. Approved time off, if you guys decide to do this, you can turn that on as well. And time off requests. This is obviously something you will do with employees. And again, you can make your selection on what you want to do with that. Next section down is Gigbuilder Games. Gigbuilder Games is something new that we've added. And basically, this will allow you to see your prospects for the new games venue. A lot more will go over this when you go into the games videos. And sponsors. We show you in games how to make money outside the event while you're making money inside the event. And then we've got some additional change requests. If turned on, your client can request to change like times and things like that, and it'll allow you to accept or decline them. E-signatures, this is for any of your contracts that you use our e-signature feature, which is built into Gigbuilder. So you can see those in there so you know what you need to sign. Purchase manager, if somebody requests a song that's not in your library and you've turned that on, it gives you a nice little grid into which you can see what music you need to get or mark it that you already have it. Next actions are kind of like helpers for events. It's basically the next thing you want to do. There's a whole video on it. I'm going to go ahead and show that anyway on my desktop, and I'll weigh it down a little so you can see how these work. Then we have some modifiers. So if you want to show the postponed events, we can. If you want to show Gigbuilder tips on the homepage, you can, or turn it off. Your live help icon, that's down here. And once you've started using this for a while and you don't want to use the live help, you can just go ahead and only show in help, and that way it will be off your screen except in the help section. Hide empty widgets. If you, for example, have no pending events right now, it'll just simply disappear. I've got it set to always show right now because I've gotten support desk tickets of people saying, hey, how come they're not showing? That's because this is probably set to hide. Do you want to show the primary employee? I'm going to go ahead and show you. Just first name and last initial. Admin other, second employee. Again, you can have multiple people on an event, and we show up to the first three. When it gets past that, it gets a little ridiculous. And then also, do you want to see the venue name? So those are the different settings, and we're now at the bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit save. And save is going to take me back to my setup menu, but now I'm going to go back to my home page. And you'll see we've got a few more boxes in here. Now, at the time, they're all empty. So they all look nice and clean, but as these fill up, they're going to kind of move around a little bit. So now on my calendar, whatever events that I have going on, it's going to start showing them. And in the future videos, you're going to see all this. Now, these buttons up top here, what we talked about earlier by going straight to the view, see if I go to Pursued, it's going to take me straight to the Pursued event instead of opening it up. So that's what you have so far on the desktop here. And hopefully you'll be able to get that configured out fairly simply. Once you're done, we're on to the next video.